What is up? In this short video, I just want to show the ad creation process for those of you that have never really released a Facebook ad or don't really know the best way to create an ad. Okay, it's going to be a short video just to show you the steps needed. And then you basically implement all that you've learned from the past modules and lessons, and then you use that to basically actually create the ad. So first things first, you can create the ad from the ad manager. Okay, so if you go to the ad manager, you can do it here, but I don't like to create campaigns from here. I like to use the Power Editor. Okay, I talked about that before as well. The ad manager, I usually use it more for seeing my campaigns, looking at the costs, and then the actual Power Editor is where I deal with creating the ads. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Power Editor here. Now, the Power Editor, it might seem a bit confusing at first. I had a video though trying to explain it as much as possible and break it down, but it's always going to be a bit like complex before you really dive deep into it and until you feel comfortable really using it. That's why a lot of people are sometimes afraid to use the Power Editor and they just stay with the ad manager, but they're really, really limiting themselves. So don't be one of those. Start working with the Power Editor. You'll notice that it's much more efficient and you'll get comfortable with it eventually. It's really not that complicated. So you have, of course, campaigns, ad sets, and ads. So you go ahead here to click create a campaign, of course. And then you have basically the objectives, right? So objectives, traffic, engagement, website conversions, right? So let's go with, let's say, website conversions. Okay. Now the campaign name, we're actually going to go over a few lessons in this module where I really explain how to work with the Power Editor in the best way, and how your ads are going to basically be the most optimized and the most comfortable to work with. Even if you think that it's not that important, trust me that a messy ad manager, a messy Power Editor is a messy life. And I'm actually going to talk about that, I think, in the next session. So campaign name, let's say we're selling, let's say we're selling a nurse shirt. Okay, now I like to put the name of the campaign after the name of the product. Okay, so WC is website conversions. I'll continue with that. Then here we basically have the options, right? App, website. A website is basically the conversion. So I'll go ahead and pick a conversion that is suitable for here. Here, this is not my ecom account. This is my branding account. So I don't have a purchase pixel here, which means that I won't do the nurse shirt website conversions. I'll do, let's say, the social marketing masterclass webinar invite. Okay, website conversion. Okay, go ahead and do that. Let's say I optimized for, these are custom conversions, by the way. So they're specifically, I built them especially for this. So I'll go ahead and let's say I do this one. This is the sales letter. So it's a custom conversion on people that basically have gone into my sales letter or my early bird page. Okay. And then I can pick custom audiences. This is where you're going to pick your lookalike audiences, your custom audiences. You can exclude certain audiences. So I can go ahead and target anybody that confirmed that they're going to be on my agency webinar, and exclude all the people that confirmed the don't suck confirm. That's basically my how to run Facebook ads that don't suck webinar. I call it like that because it's funny. So skill confirm, let's say I exclude that. So this way I actually target only the people that registered for my agency webinar but didn't register for my scaling webinar, right? So I can basically send them an ad that's a very targeted ad, right? And now I'll remove the United States sometimes because with custom audiences, especially if they're built from data all around the world, I don't want to basically limit myself. So I can do that. Here is where you're gonna talk about, you're gonna pick your countries you're targeting. You can include, you can exclude, you can actually write worldwide as well. A lot of people don't know this, but you can go ahead and write worldwide and it will target the whole world. You can go ahead, I can do that and then exclude, for example, the United States if I want to. Like this. Or what I can do is I can drop a pin, okay, which as well, I went over that, but just to remind you, so let's say United States. Now, you know what, not United States, just like the pin. So I'll dive deep here into, let's say, let's go to Rochester, New York. Let's go there. So if I go to Rochester, New York, and I want to target, let's say I'm working with a client or someone that is basically his address is around this area, right? I'll go ahead and drop the pin here, and then I can pick basically how many miles around that I want to target. So I can go anywhere from 1 mile to 50 miles. This is if you really want to target a very targeted location. Most of the time we only do this when we're working with local businesses. We won't do this, of course, with 99% of our ads when we do our e-commerce or our digital products or my webinars or whatever. There's no reason for me to target one city, right? Only for local businesses we usually use this. Okay, here we target the ages, right? We pick the ages. Now, like I said, I like to keep it broad, okay? Just because I know Facebook will optimize on the ages at work. So I don't really see a reason to limit itself, because I let Facebook do what it's good with. Same thing with genders. Languages, if you're targeting on non-speaking English countries, I'll put English, but most of the time I won't, because this is only what the Facebook language is for them. And a lot of people, they have a different Facebook that isn't English, and they speak English. So you're basically just limiting yourself. And if you're targeting like countries that English is their main language, like the USA, Canada, Australia, then there's really no reason to tell Facebook to target English-speaking people. So I just leave it like that. Here's where you're going to put all your targeting, right? All the targeting that we talk about, this is where you're going to put it. All the interests. And again, I went over that in the targeting video. This one, we like to use this when we have audiences below 1 million. Anything above 1 million, we usually use this. It doesn't really give a significant difference, but just to let you know, here's where you're going to pick your placements, right? Audience network, Instagram. Like I said, I like to disable Instagram and basically just run. I like to split everything. So I'll start with mobile and desktop. This is where you pick mobile only or desktop only, and I'll have a separate ad to right column if I'll need right column, and I'll have a separate ad to Instagram. Okay. Daily budget or lifetime budget. We never do lifetime budget. We always do daily budget. You pick that. You can pick a start and end time. Then you have the optimize for ad delivery. Now it doesn't really matter what you picked at the beginning, because you can actually change it here. Like this is just going to give your ad a different type of delivery. So I can go ahead and optimize for link clicks, daily unique reach, impressions. Most of the time you'll just need to go with what Facebook recommends. Okay, most of the time. Which is in this case it's conversions. Now the conversion window, anywhere we always do like 7 days. This is what works for us. We do split tests sometimes, and very rarely the 1 day works better, but we just decided to just go all the time with 7 day to really save some time. If you really want to know what works best for you, then I recommend it to split test this and try an ad on 7 days and try it on 1 day. But if you just want to go with what usually works better, then I would just recommend you go with 7 days. Bidding, manual bidding, automatic. We go over this in the scaling module. Ad scheduling. If you have this only works with lifetime budgets, but if you want to basically close an ad at a specific day, then we'll do that. Again, we basically just let our ads run, and if we decide to close them, we'll close them. So that's what we do. Now the ad set is usually the ad set name is really important, that you do it in an organized fashion, and we're going to go more into this in the next video. But what I like to do is I like to basically write the name of the campaign. So in this case, it's the SM, right? SM Masterclass webinar invites, website conversion, was it? Yeah, I think so. And then I'll put the audience. Okay, so in this case, it's agency confirm, right? Agency confirm, no scale confirm. Okay, this way I know that just by looking at the name of the ad set, I already know who I'm targeting without needing to go into the ad set. So I'll go there, ages 18 plus. Let's say Canada, right? That's just for the example, Canada. So I'll go ahead and write CA, which is Canada, 18 plus, the ages, and then the placement, which in this case, it's mobile plus desktop. Okay. Now this is basically the blueprint. Sometimes I'll add things here, sometimes I'll remove things from here. Like if I'm split testing different bids, I'll put the bid here. Okay, if I'm split testing automatic and manual, I'll put the bid here. If I'm split testing, if I'm doing Instagram, I'll change the mobile and desktop to Instagram, right? If I'm only doing mobile, I'll only put an M. If I'm what else do we have here? If I'm trying different targeting, then I'll put that's basically the targeting. The second section is the targeting, and then the country, age, and then placements. Okay, like I said, go over this much more in our organization lesson. So I'm gonna continue there, and then this is basically where you create your ad. You have the carousel, the single image, single video, yada yada yada. You pick the images. This is if we're basically creating a link ad. Okay, but what I like to do is there's two types of power editors basically. So this is why Facebook is a bit confusing sometimes. So you have this power editor, and if you go ahead and you close, you'll basically reach a power editor is a bit different. So what I like to do is I usually like to create a new post using I don't really like link ads unless it's to a very specific audience. I talked about that, or I'm basically it's the offer or the product that I'm offering is a very small investment, like on their site. So like an email, a very cheap product. If I want them to watch my video, if I want them to fill out a form, I'll usually do link ads. But most of the time I'll do, like for e-com, I'll almost always do either video or like an image, full on image without a link. So how do I do that? If I save to draft, okay, just save that. Here, if I go to my ads and I basically edit this is, you can see I can know what ad set this is under, and I edit this. I can use existing post, and then I can actually create a new page post. And then here I can create an actual like image post if I want to. Okay, I don't need to create a link ad. A link ad is, when you click the image and then it takes you to the website. An image post is just like an image where if they click the image, they don't go to your website. The image opens up. And that's basically it. I don't really want to go into too much technical stuff here because this I leave to you to experiment with. Because I don't want to, just like overwhelm you and explain to you every button here and what this does and what that does. This is for you to really understand by yourself if you don't already know how Power Editor works. I did have a video kind of covering pretty much all of it, but again, it's like you can learn how to drive a car for years. If you don't get on the wheel, you won't really learn how to drive a car, right? So that's it for this video. Now, if you want to upload them, this is the most important thing. I forgot about that. If you want to upload the ads, it's not enough to just create the ad. You need to upload it. So you click here, and then we'll let you upload it. Now make sure it has an error, by the way, because I didn't actually create the ad, but it won't have an error when you create the ad. So you make sure that only the things that you want to upload is actually checked. So I created this SM Masterclass webinar invite website conversion here, right? I have a bunch of ad sets. I don't want to add them, so I'll just remove the check like that, and then I'll look for the one that we just created, which is this one. Okay, and again I have a bunch of random stuff here, so I'll just go here like that, and I won't really give the ad a name usually, just because it's always like one ad underneath one ad set. So, and I never look at the ads because there's no reason to look at the ads. And when I basically analyze, I only look at the ad sets because again, there's one ad below one ad set, but there isn't one ad set below one campaign. So that's why it's enough to look at the ad set and you'll know how the ad is performing. It's the same thing. So I never go to the ad level to look at the metrics. I always go only to the ad set level, and all of that I do on the ad manager, not in the Power Editor. Now, then you just click continue, and it will upload it to your ad manager and release the ads when you basically at the time that you told it to release it. It's grayed out because again I didn't create the ad, so it doesn't let me do it. But that's basically how the ad creation process works. If you've never done it before, and that's basically it. So I'll see you in the next video.